He's trying to undermine the media. He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job. Control. That is exactly what people think. That is exactly.
That I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people.
What he's doing to this country is an abomination, and people's rights, human rights, are being violated.
What human rights are being violated?
What human rights?
Yeah, tell me.
The list goes, don't film me, the list goes on and on.
When I say fake news, I mean stories that are designed to trick people into believing lies. Deception 101.
Fair and square, Hillary had more votes. More human beings voted for Hillary. This isn't fair. We didn't get one vote. You didn't get a vote. It's just like back in the day when your vote was 1/3.
Oh, the Electoral College, here's somebody who wants to blow that up. You want to get rid of Electoral College?
Just count the votes. It's ridiculous. Hillary, you're a lawyer. Walk in, go to the Supreme Court. I believe in you, Hillary. I've been to Rwanda. I've been to your hospital in Rwanda. I've seen all the good you've done. I believe in you. Women need you. Minorities need you. I need you. Chicago needs you. We all need you. This country needs you to stand up and walk into the Supreme Court and say one vote equals one vote. What's wrong with that? What's the debate?
I definitely feel his passion. There's other people out here who feel this.
I used to live there, and I know that guy. That's John Gurkovic. He actually went to Africa with me as a cameraman. But anyway, that's another story. All right, thank you, John. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Hillary Clinton's job as a defense attorney, where she defended a rapist and accused a 12-year-old girl of seeking an older man out to have sex.
I'm glad you brought that up because the accusation from Donald Trump and from the surrogates by PolitiFact has been paraded completely false. The claim completely false. She never laughed PolitiFact, and all the fact checks show that your claim, meaning a surrogate, not you specifically, and Donald Trump is false. And if you want to, you can look at it.
Don, the audio tape clearly has her laughing on two occasions. One,
they also mentioned the audio tape, and they said the audio tape is false as well.
So the audio tape isn't accurate?
Yeah, it's a false accusation.
It's a doctored audio tape, is that what we're saying?
It's a false accusation in terms of what she's laughing at.
No, what she's laughing at is the fact that...
It's not even clear that it's her on the audio tape.
It's absolutely her on the audio tape. There's no equivocation about it.
Well, I would tell our viewers to go listen to it.
Audio emerged of Clinton talking about the case with an Arkansas journalist back in the 1980s. Listen to her laugh describing the moment she delivered her forensic expert's findings to the prosecutor.
I handed it to Bailey Gibson. I said, "Well, this guy's ready to come from New York to this miscarriage of justice."
Clinton on the same tape laughing about her client passing a polygraph.
He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
No,
audio tape.
It's absolutely her on the audio tape. There's no equivocation about it.
February 14th, the New York Times published a story, the headline of which was, "Trump campaign aides had repeated contacts with Russian intelligence." You were asked earlier if that was an inaccurate story, and you said, in the main, would it be fair to characterize that story as almost entirely wrong?
Yes.
Trump has been warning us about the mainstream media as the #1 enemy of the people. And the more I study the subject, the more I understand that Trump is actually correct. The mainstream media uses its power to steer the public into a desired direction. The spreading of disinformation is nothing new. Back in the early 1950s, the CIA set up Operation Mockingbird, a large-scale program in the US with the sole purpose of manipulating news media for propaganda purposes. Leading American journalists were recruited into a propaganda network. Has anything changed? No, apparently not. The illusion of choice. We think, there are so many channels, how could they all be in on it? Well, that's easy. This shows you who owns whom. Do you see it? There are only 4 companies. CBS seems to be independent, but is owned by the same billionaire as Viacom. When you give people the illusion of choice, they believe they are free. And if you want to find out why the mainstream media push the liberal agenda down our throats, all you have to do is follow the money. Who paid major contributions to Hillary Clinton to support her work and the liberal agenda? That's right. CNN, NBC, News Corporation, Turner Broadcasting, Thomson Reuters, Newsmax Media, Time Warner, Viacom, Comcast, HBO, AOL, Hollywood Foreign Press Association, Public Radio International, Public Broadcasting Service, Huffington Post Media Group, Carlos Slim, the largest shareholder of the New York Times, James Murdoch of 21st Century Fox, Judy Woodruff, co-anchor and managing editor of PBS NewsHour, Howard Stringer, former president of CBS, George Stephanopoulos, ABC News chief anchor and chief political correspondent, Mort Zuckerman, owner of New York Daily News and US News and World Report, and The Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos of Amazon, well known for its censorship of quite a few books on controversial topics. Censorship is one of the greatest dangers to a democracy and to freedom of speech. 3 more major sponsors of Hillary Clinton are Google, Twitter, and Facebook. Google and its YouTube are highly active in the field of censorship, just like Twitter and Facebook. It will come as no surprise that pro-Trump posts are among the most censored ones, as are posts of critical thinkers and researchers, and anyone who dares question the official narrative of events. Pro-Hillary posts are never censored. Doesn't that make you wonder? Remember Correct the Record and Media Matters for America? Those are the kind of censorship companies that work behind the scenes of Facebook, Twitter, Google and YouTube to delete anything that opposes the liberal agenda. This is what we call controlled opposition. Like I said, censorship is dangerous. The so-called fact-checkers are dangerous. Snopes is one of them, set up by a couple from San Fernando Valley, David and Barbara Mickelson. The couple fell out. Barbara accused David of spending 98 grand on prostitutes, which is probably true, as he divorced Barbara and married call girl and porn star Elisa Young, aka Erin Bryn, who is now Snopes' administrator. Snopes' only fact-checker is Kim LaCapria, also known as sex and fetish blogger Vice Vixen. That, my friends, is fact-checker Snopes. There are no researchers, no investigators, no lawyers, no documents to support their findings, and they are strongly politically biased. Yet they are generally accepted as fact-checker.
What people think. That is exactly what people think. That is exactly what people think. That is our job.